Hi, my name is Blackie, and I want to tell you my story. You see, I was born in a place called Meadowview. I don't remember what my litter mates were like, but I remember my mom. She was soft and warm and had real nice eyes, and she would give me a bath, and she always had plenty of milk, and she took good care of me. And I grew and I grew, and soon I was a big cat, and I no longer needed my mom. And after a while, when I grew, I became the boss. I was the big man in the park. Nobody really wanted to mess with me. I was strong and confident, and I knew all the best hiding places. The top of the shed was my favorite sun spot. One day, some people moved into the house next door. I was interested, but I just kind of kept my distance for a little while. There was one person I was really interested in. There was a girl, and she was nice. I liked her. I wasn't usually too fond of humans. There was the old lady that fed us, and she was kind. But this girl was special, and she became my friend. Well, one day, the girl said, "Can you come in my house? If you can come in my house, you could learn how to be a house cat. And if you became a house cat, you could go and live with my friend. She has a house, and I could visit whenever you would like." So I followed the girl, and I learned how to be a house cat just for her, because she was my friend. It took a lot learning to be a house cat. Man, that was hard. I wasn't the boss anymore. I had to learn rules. It took a little while. But then, just like the girl promised, a lady came. And she was nice. She was the girl's friend. She smelled good. She smelled like good food and books. And she said, "Blackie, it's time for you to come with me and go to my house. The girl can visit you there. All you have to do is get in this box, and I'll take you to your new house." So I looked at the girl, and the girl looked at me, and she smiled, and she said, "Go on, Blackie. You can do it. You have a home now." A home. I wasn't sure that I really wanted a home, but if the girl could visit me, I'll go there. I'll try really hard. I know the rules now. So I got in the box, and I went with the lady. She was really nice. I was kind of scared. It was kind of a long way. We got to the house and went inside. And just like I thought, it smelled like wonderful food and books. The books smelled old and new. They were wonderful. I loved climbing in the shelves among the books. And the lady was very kind. She always cooked good food. And it smelled so wonderful in that house. And the best part was she still let me go outside. I didn't have to give up having adventures. And once in a while, the girl would come and visit me just like she said. For a while, it was great. One day, I went on a little adventure. And I found something really interesting. You see, there was a house next door to the lady's house. And they had a bird feeder. And I sat and I watched the birds. And I threatened them with my kek, 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 kek. And I told them that someday I would make sure that they would never fly again. Birds, I'll tell you, they are so interesting. None of the birds listened to me. No matter how much I kecked, they just kept eating the bird feed and ignoring me. Finally, I jumped at one. And when that happened, someone came running out of the house, yelling, "Get away, get away." Well, I didn't really know why that was happening, but it was really scary. So I ran back to my porch at the house where my lady lived. And I scratched at the door hard and fast. And I meowed, "Help!" And the lady came and opened the door. And I ran inside and I hid. I wasn't sure why those humans were so angry at me. I was just telling the birds. But I just took a nap. And I climbed in the bookshelves. And I ate good food. And I got pets from the lady. And I curled up on the couch and took a nap. And the next day, the lady let me go outside. And I looked around, and there were no humans. So I stealthily, sneakily went over by the bird feeder again, where the birds were sitting on the little ledge, eating the bird food and squawking with their irritating voices. And once again, I threatened them. Kek, 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 kek. And those birds just ignored me again. I looked around very cautiously and no one was looking. And I leapt and I grabbed one of those birds and I taught that bird a doggone lesson. I taught him a good lesson. But he got away. He left behind a whole bunch of his feathers. I was pretty proud of myself. I took one of those feathers home with me, and I put it on the porch for my lady. She deserved a special gift. She took such good care of me. The next day, my girl came to visit, and I told her the story, and she was proud of me. We had a lot of fun together, but eventually she had to go home, back to Meadowview. I kind of missed Meadowview. I was a little sad when she left. I knew she would come back, though. But later that night, I couldn't help but keep thinking about Meadowview, about my mom, about growing up, about being the boss, and how much I missed it there. I thought about it, and I thought about it. I dreamed about it. Having a home was nice. And the girl was nice. I missed her a lot. I knew that she was still in Meadowview. I thought about trying to go there. but I knew it was a long way, and I couldn't figure out how to work the magic box that could take me back there. I tried to ask the lady, but she didn't understand me like the girl. So I spent more days curled up in the shelves among the books, eating good food, threatening the birds, until one day my lady let me outside, and I adventured over to the house next door so I could threaten those darn birds again. And what do you know? There's a little plate with some food on it. I thought to myself, oh, these people have finally concluded that I'm right. These birds are a nuisance. See? They're giving me a gift. So I ate the food. I went on home and I laid down to take a nap. And soon, I got a terrible, terrible ache in my tummy. And I started to feel very, very sick. So I went to the door and I asked my lady to let me outside. And I went and I laid on the porch. And later, my lady came out to check on me, and I was feeling very, very sickly. My tummy hurt worse than it ever felt before. And it seemed like I was beginning to drift. I was drifting away, far away, and I could see my lady, and she was crying. She was sad, and I didn't understand why. And yet, I couldn't rub on her legs or tell her everything was okay. And I drifted, and I drifted, and I realized I could go back to Meadowview. I could go and see my friend, the girl. I was amazed. Only the girl couldn't see me, and she couldn't hear me. So I waited until everything was quiet. I thought maybe her life was too loud right now, and it needed to be still so she could hear me again. So as soon as she laid down in her bed, I curled up next to her. And I waited for her breathing to tell me that she was asleep. And I talked to her then, when she was still and quiet. And I told her that I was going to go on a new adventure somewhere far, far away, but I would see her again. She would see me again, and not to miss me too much, because there would be a day we would be together one more time. And I will always come back to Meadowview and visit her. And that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Now don't worry, it's not a sad story. I still visit my friends, and I still visit Meadowview. I'll always be here. My children are there, and my children's children, and their children. And, well, my girl isn't there anymore. She grew up. But her mommy is there. She's a very nice lady. Sometimes I visit her. She does a lot for the colony there. She takes care of my children's children and their children. And I'm proud of her. And when I go visit, everything is right and fine, and I don't worry. And I know I'll see my friend again.